bit of a topic that I wanted to talk about. Just something that I saw going around. Some misconceptions about how to be successful in the planted tank genre or industry or hobby or whatever the hell you want to call it. Can't hear you. Can't hear me? Instagram can't hear me. Let me know. Let me restart Instagram real quick. Alright, let's see. Hopefully that works. Oh, I know. Maybe. Hi, Tyrese. How's it going? Maybe that'll work. Let's see what happens. How's it going, Jake? What's up, Challenge the Wild? I gotta get back to you, buddy. I saw your email. I just didn't have a chance to respond. So I wanted to kind of go over, how to essentially grow a planted tank effectively. I've seen a lot of people say you need certain things, and that's just quite not true. And Tyrese says, I won $10 to your store, never got the code. Tyrese, just message me on Instagram, and I'll check it out. Corey says, low audio. How's the audio now? Let me know how it is. It might be good. Very low audio. I wonder why that is. Let's see. And there's Margaret. She's leaving. D-Nice, what's up? Kyle, how's it going? You need a Kessel to be successful. I sent that kid the code. Is he playing for anyone else? I want maple syrup. Is the audio good on Facebook or on Instagram now? I don't know if it's good. The co-star just appeared. Hey, Margaret.
Huh?
They said hey.
Hi. Bye.
Okay, so let's see. Maybe it's better now. I don't know. Let me know if the audio is good. Low? Maybe it's because of the charger. I don't know. I'll leave the charger out then. Let's see. If it's low, you can check me out on let's see, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. How's it going, Floyd? Very low. Audio is whack. Hold on. Let me I'm gonna restart the Instagram stream. So while I do this, let me clear everything out. So kind of the first thing that I wanted to, I'm just gonna restart the phone. Kind of the first thing I wanted to talk about is the major thing you have to have when it comes to growing plants in a planted aquarium is patience. Far too many times people get a plant, they put it in their tank, and it melts no matter what the what's in the tank or your setup of your tank. It'll still melt, and sometimes it'll come back, sometimes it won't. It really depends on your setup. Each plant is different and each tank is different, so you can't expect every plant, even though it's easy for one person to grow, it may be challenging for another. So it's really important that you just have patience when it comes to growing plants and putting them in your tank. So then, let's see. Let's go on to probably the most important thing is lighting. If you don't have a good light or a decent light, you're not going to have results. So that's partially true. It depends on the tank size. So for a smaller size tank, like a 10 gallon, 20 gallon, 30 gallon, you can get away with most cheap lights, whether they're LED, T5s. When you get into bigger size tanks, that's when you really got to look at proper lighting, depending on the plants that you want to grow. But overall, if you just want a simple planted tank, you go with low light plants. Pretty much any light will do. You don't need to spend tons of amounts of money on whatever it may be, whatever company you may be interested in buying or whatever somebody says that you should buy. Let's see if this works now. I have a sand bottom and downfall to this. I also run Aqua Sky on my 20. Oh. Let's see. Start the live video. Let's see if this works. What do you consider highlight in par value? So basically, I think a highlight is considered around 60 or 70 par at whatever depth your plant grows at. So, all right, so let's see if Instagram audio is back. Let me know, guys, if it's working better now. If not, then I don't know what's going on with it. So as far as highlight, really, yeah, 60 and a par is, I believe, the base point for medium to highlight. And that's only really like if you're trying to grow carpeting plants that require a ton of light, then you would want to get that amount of light down at the substrate. The audio is still the same. All right, if the audio is still the same on Instagram, check out Facebook or YouTube. It's just I don't know what's going on with the phone right now. Then, and then if you're trying to grow like low light plants like Anubis and whatnot, it should be fine. Sounds like something is covering it. Hold on, I'm gonna try one other thing. Technical difficulties at its finest. There we go. Let's see. So low light plants like Anubis, Java Fern, that type of stuff. Sorry, ear rape. Let's see if it's better now. It's good. Jake says, I think it's 15 to 30 is low light and 30 to 60 is medium and 60 is high. Yeah, that's pretty much. Roundabouts. Now it's not par and watts per gallon and all that is not ideal. It all has to do with basically the height of the tank, the light penetration, and basically the amount of energy that the plants can absorb from those lights. Will highlight affect low light plants in a negative way? It can. So if you are growing, say, Anubis in a low light plant, and then or a low light tank, and then you introduce a highlight, so something that's really powerful, your Anubis is either probably gonna burn and melt under the intensity of the light. Now, in my case, mosquitoes, it may adjust, which I've actually had that happen. I stuck an Anubis that was growing down below pretty much the middle of the tank, and then I took it and I stuck it on a piece of driftwood that was higher in the tank, at literally at the water surface, and it just was getting blasted with that light. So that is that's very possible that highlight will affect low light plants. Typically, you'll see algae probably growing on the leaves, and that's just because what you did is you changed the conditions that plant was growing in, and now it has to adapt to the newer environment, and typically algae will start growing on leaves once they're dying. So that's why they'll probably get covered in like blackbeard algae or string algae or any type of algae like that, and at that point it's just best to remove those leaves. Hold on 1 second. Doggy has... No, you're okay. You just can't have that because you look like you're about to eat it. She got the squeaker out of the toy. Alright, also, what the fuck just ran up the stairs? Oops. What the hell just ran up the stairs? Walter escaping. He ran. So, yeah. And LEDs, T5s, T8s, and any other sort of lighting, they're all different. They all have different metrics and what'll be good for your tank. Really, it just comes down to research. Before you spend money on anything in the hobby, your best bet is to do some research or ask fellow hobbyists. And don't just take one person's word for it. Ask around, because sometimes one person may be giving you their personal experience and it may work fine for them, but maybe the majority of something did not work for others. So, but yeah. Let's see. So, after lighting and pretty much the next best thing is a good substrate that has a good nutrient source. And typically you can use anything from pool filter sand, which doesn't have any nutrients whatsoever, to using something like 88 aqua soil, which is super expensive and super nutrient dense and is 10% carbon, so it helps to keep the water crystal clear and also do some other things. And typically I like to use EcoComplete and Seachem Fluorite. Those two have worked great for me. They're about middle of the road as far as price point, and they're very good from what I've experienced with them. So let's see. I'm just going to answer a couple questions here real quick. Flab Goose says, I saw on your website that you are currently sold out of a lot of beginner plants. Do you know when you'll have them back in stock? Yes, Friday. Let's see. And I'm going to try and answer all the questions, but I want to kind of go through the topic first, and then we'll do Q&A at the end of the video. Between aqua soil and fluval fluorite, I would say fluval fluorite all day. Aqua soil, unless you're doing a small tank. So if you're doing a small tank, like say anything under 20 gallons, maybe even 30 gallons, unless you have the money for it, aqua soil is okay because it's not going to cost you a fortune to do that. But if you're going up at like a 40, a 50, a 75, 120 gallon tank, you want to look for cheaper options. I don't think spending any more than maybe $100 to $150 on substrate is a good idea. For really any tank, you're spending a fortune on it. If your pockets are endless, then go ahead. But I like to be practical, and I like to make sure that I'm not buying excess of what I need. And I've had experience with using a mixture of EcoComplete and fluorite, EcoComplete and black diamond blasting sand, which is an inert sand, as a mixture, and that was to fill my 55 and worked perfectly great. So typically, if you have a small tank, you could go higher end because it's not going to cost you as much. But when you start getting into those bigger tanks, do look at cheaper options. So another person Brad says, what about dirt with cap? So dirt's another good option. A lot of people often ask, can I use dirt out of my backyard? You could. You run into some dangers. You don't know what has been sprayed in your lawn or that dirt. Like for instance, I'm using herbicide on my lawn right now to kill weeds. If I was to take some dirt from that, I'm sure the herbicide would have a negative impact in the tank. And unless you pretty much own the property for, 10, 20 years and know that, pretty much there's been nothing sprayed on your lawn, or that area, you may want to look at sourcing other options. So another option is getting organic topsoil with no additives. So you don't want to see any of those white things. Forget what they're called, but you don't want to see any white bits in the soil. It should just be regular dirt, organic, and that's good. But with dirted tanks, you need to cap them with something. I personally don't like that because when you rip up plants, you pull up dirt with you, and I typically change things often. But if you're setting up a tank and you're just going to kind of leave it be and maybe do little moving here and there, dirt's another really good option. And I mean, it's probably one of the best options. It just comes down to what you're going to do. Potting soil, not topsoil. Sorry, organic potting soil. My bad. I said topsoil. You could also, if you do use the dirt out of your backyard or somewhere locally without buying it, when you use that, you want to bake it in the oven. I believe it's like 250 degrees for a couple hours or something like that. You may want to look more into that. I personally haven't done it, but I did do some research into it, and that was everything that I found on it. Let's see. Is blue and white light LED good for plants or bad for plants? So a blue and white light is good. You would also want some sort of red light as well. Red, blue, and white is the usable spectrums of the light that the plants use the most. So you want to have something with red and blue, and also those fixtures that have the moonlight enabled on them, where you could leave the fixture on overnight, and it creates that blue, it looks like moonlight or whatever they call it. That typically is not good for a tank either. That still produces some light energy, which sometimes the plants won't absorb. Could actually cause algae from my personal experience. So if you have algae and you're using the moonlight feature, that is something that you may want to look into. So after having a good substrate, the next thing I would look into is how are you feeding your plants? So your fish have to eat, your plants do too. You want to use some sort of aquarium plant fertilizer. You can't obviously use like garden fertilizer because it's a bit different, and you don't want to introduce chemicals meant for outside into your tank. So there's several fertilizers on the market. I sell one. A couple other YouTuber companies sell theirs. There's also Seachem has a brand. There's pretty much everybody that's in the aquarium business has a fertilizer, or you can get fertilizer from somewhere. I do suggest for beginners you use a all-in-one or a liquid formula. Well, there is also dry fertilizer. The dry fertilizer is a bit more challenging and may not be best for somebody just beginning and starting out. That could be a nightmare because you coming into the hobby, I know for myself, I didn't know what NPK was. I didn't know what iron levels were. I didn't know what any of that was. So getting something that has directions, says use this and you should be fine, that's typically the best way to do it. Once you're a bit more advanced and know what you're looking for and know how to control your tank properly, you want to look at possibly dry ferts. And dry ferts will save you money in the long run, depending on how big your tank is and all that. But it is a bit more complicated. So, let's see. What kind of substrate for a 10-gallon? Do I need to mix with some kind of gravel, or can I use it alone? You can use one particular substrate. When it comes to plants, here's the thing. If you're using something like sand or plain gravel that has no nutrient content, you want to use something like root tabs. Root tabs are something that you stick into the gravel or into the sand, and it basically is a slow release of nutrients that the plants will have available at their roots. If you don't do that, you're going to wind up seeing a lot of your plants being nutrient deprived. So you may want to think about, is it worth getting sand and having to buy root tabs and keeping on top of that constantly, or get a substrate like EcoComplete, Fluorite, or something else that's porous like that, that is actually able to have some nutrient content and kind of almost be re-energized as you dose liquid ferts. Some of it will get trapped down in that substrate and stay there. So let's see, just want to see what other questions came up for substrate or anything else that we've having. Jake also says you can't have any manure in it either. Yes, you can't get any type of organic soil that has manure in it. Not good. Let's see. I have a new Amazon sword. How before I should see new growth? It'll take a couple, like a week or two before you see new growth. Once it gets into your tank, you gotta allow it to transition a bit. So. Alright, so after you get your lights under control, you get your substrate picked out, you get your nutrients because you do need it, and it's everything else. A good light, a good substrate is not going to work without those nutrients. So now let's talk about what everybody thinks that they need: CO2. When in fact you don't need CO2 unless you're trying to grow really difficult plants. What about my dog's compost pile? Can I put that in there? Dogs, you shouldn't be using dog feces at all for compost. That's actually a big mistake, because they have a more meat-based diet, and meat-based feces does not help compost. So, let's see. Can I mix fluorite, Seachem, and fluvial plant volcanic soil as substrate, trying to increase level of substrate to 2 inches? Yeah, you can certainly mix substrates. That's not going to hurt anything. If anything, it'll help. It'll provide different textures. It may help root plants better, and it may give you different nutrient contents. aquatic soil should be high in minerals, low organic content. Correct. Dog poop can spread worms to fish. Yeah, you shouldn't, in any kind of compost, you shouldn't use pet feces or really any feces whatsoever. Do you use KNO3? I do. I use KNO3. I use a bunch of them, but that's the dry fertilizer, and that's a bit more advanced. That's something that the beginners shouldn't look into just yet. They should stick with a all-in-one or a liquid fertilizer that they can use easily, get the hang of it, figure out how to grow some plants, and there you go. So next, on to CO2. So CO2 really comes down to what kind of plant-to-tank do you want? Do you want a super sick aquascape tank, or do you just want a plant-to-tank that is going to be, just have the plants function how they are? You're not doing anything super specific. You have a design in mind, but it's not, you're not trying to grow carpets of really hard plants or anything like that. So typically, if you're not trying to do all that with the aquascape and all that, you could get away with no CO2 and have a beautifully planted tank. CO2, all it acts is it's an accelerant essentially for plants. As long as you do proper maintenance and water changes, you'll be introducing enough new CO2 that's dissolved in the water through the water hitting the air and dissolving CO2 that's in the environment, and all that will actually get mixed up, and that'll be enough, as well as all the CO2 that's excreted through plants during the night, and also fish when they breathe. So yeah, you don't need CO2 unless you're trying to grow super hard plants. And if you're going to do CO2, there is the DIY method, although I don't recommend it because DIY really only works for so long, and then you're going to wind up buying a system. So rather than spending the money on a DIY system, just buy yourself a system. I'm telling you, I started with the DIY system and I went right to an actual system. All right, let's see. Diana says, I asked about potting plants. I don't want clay pots. I want glass. Would I layer? Do I need holes in the bottom like my clear bottom? So you don't need holes in the bottom, I would think. I personally have never done potted plants in a fish tank, but in my mind, you would want to I don't know. I don't think you would need water flow, because if you think about it, when you put your plants in the substrate, if they compact, you're not getting any really water movement through it to begin with. So I don't see it needing holes. I think you'd be just fine. Best light for a 55-gallon, a cheap one preferably. It really depends on the kind of plants you're trying to grow. And if you're trying to go with basic plants, you could probably use any Phoenix. Fluvals are going to work. That's fine. And those are LED. I prefer LED because it's going to save you on your electric bill. Can I make a video on CO2 systems? I will. I actually plan to. I'm just waiting to get my tank stand set up, and once I do that, I will make a video on it. Do you recommend the Aqueons? I personally have never used them. I just know Phoenix and Fluval are really good. Is Vital shrimp safe? So yeah, my fertilizer is shrimp safe. It's perfectly fine. Just though with if you have a full shrimp colony, use it sparingly. Introduce a little, let the shrimp adjust. Once they're used to that over a couple weeks, then you can up the dosage, and so on and so forth. Typically, fish and shrimp will adjust to most things, unless they're really bad. But shrimp can tolerate small levels of copper. So. What's my YouTube channel? It's just H2O Plants. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Periscope as well. If it requires CO2, will it grow fine immersed? So it depends on the plant. Some plants can't grow immersed, and some plants need a high level of humidity. So it's really tricky. Do you plan on adding more difficult plants when you set up your new tanks? Yeah, so I ran out when I moved. A lot of my plants that I had that were tougher kind of died out on me. So I'm going to, once I set up the new tanks, order a bunch and start growing them again. So those will be there in the future. Let's see, I saw another question here. I buy my plants from local fish store that uses CO2. This is why they are sluggish to recover or grow. So typically when you take a plant out of ideal conditions, and that would be even out of my tank or somebody else's high-tech tank, you're going to experience a lot of transitioning, slowdown in growth, melting of leaves, changing of leaf shape, color, all that, because you're going from one environment to another, and that could be true for any tank, not just even not just high-tech tanks, but you just really need to be prepared. The best thing to do when plants are melting, just kind of leave them be, unless they're stem plants. Stem plants, you want to remove the melt and plant the healthy, and there you go. Let's see. Justin, did your cherry shrimp reappear? Nah, I think they're all gone. I don't know what happened to them. Probably the CO2 overdose that my regulator was spilling out. Let's see. Okay, for a 75 gallon, I was looking into Phoenix lights. Research suggested I would need two 48-inch for light intensity purposes. Do you think 2 would be enough to reach the bottom, where I do intend to have some low carpeting plants? So when you add multiple light fixtures to a tank, that doesn't mean that it's penetrating any better into lower areas. You can slap 20 lights on a tank, and just because it looks bright doesn't mean that those rays... Oh, you made dinner?
Said you were hungry, right?
Oh, damn.
Are you okay with 2 or?
Yeah, damn, Shorty, look at that. I got tostadas. Thank you, baby. Damn. I think she's looking for something later.
Really?
I love you. Netflix and chill later?
Huh?
Netflix and chill later?
Right.
Oh. What?
Do you have something to drink?
Yeah, I got ginger ale. Thank you. Okay. So, where was I? So, yeah, so adding more lights doesn't mean, and adding the same light doesn't mean you're going to get any deeper penetration into the tank. You need to look at lights that will penetrate more, not add additional lights. All you're doing is adding, she's going to beat you. All you're doing when you add in more lights is adding more spread. You're not adding penetration unless you're getting different type of lights that penetrate more. So, like I said earlier, for anything above a 40 gallon, it's going to be a bit tricky. It's probably going to be more expensive depending on what you're trying to do. If you stick to carpeting plants that are low light plants, so stuff like Stargunny repens, dwarf sedge, pygmy chain swords, 4-leaf clover, there's several other ones that are low light plants that can grow in a low light tank like that. That is what I would do. It's more so you got to choose the plants based around your tank, not choose the plants and then try and get them to work in your tank. Because if your tank's not set up for it, it's not going to work and you're just going to waste money. And that's always, you want to try and avoid wasting money. Ordered some Anumis Nana Petite today. So excited to add them to my Hex. Oh yeah, I saw that order. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. But if you do get back on the 75 gallon, if you do get 2 fluval lights, you're gonna have plenty of light. Just choose the right plants for that. Plant trims and chill. Yes. Let's see. Green Thumb says, "Did I hear you asked Dustin about Armenia grossalis? I gave up on mine. Have you tried? Have you figured out the trick?" No. So Armenia grossalis has not grown properly for me yet. Hey, shush! I'm gonna set up a new tank specifically for that and get it growing properly. Hopefully, adjust levels and see what happens. What is this? It's Planted Aquariums, Tad Jellyfish on Twitch. Joey says, "Thanks for the sample of the fish food, Justin. I will be buying some from you." Thank you. I actually have to order more. I think I'm all out. I may have one left on the website. Honey, shush. And the reason why honey is over there right now is because my my pipes flooded over here. So, yeah. How expensive is your shipping? $8.50 for normal orders, but it's free over 50. Are you still a vegetarian? Yes. Oh, sorry, Courtney. Yeah, that's her. That's Honey whining. She wants to go upstairs and play. Show us some fish. The fish are actually in the back. Let's see. Oh, is that from him Netflix and? Let's see. Honey, shush. Are you saying that two lights would not provide twice the par on the same spot than one light, assuming two lights are placed close together? My expectation is that they would. Yeah, so having two lights in the tank is going to double the par at those levels. But it's not going to penetrate any better. Honey, shush. She just wants to go play. And she's not allowed. She's potty training right now, and she has to stay down. She has to stay with me at all times, or she gets into trouble. So yeah. So having two lights that are identical are going to have the same amount of par at the same level. It's not going to penetrate any deeper, though, and that was really the question: is it going to provide more light down at the bottom? Sir Graps and Krillin. Don't talk to your girlfriend like that. I want to maybe place an order tonight. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We'll have more plants up on the website on Friday. You know what's up? Lots of water around. Someone might get soaked. She wants some tostadas. Yeah, she probably smells the food, too, and wants some. She's okay. Let's see. So then, yeah, when it comes down to it, the last thing that really, after you get all that stuff figured out, well, there's one other thing. You want to look at flow, too. Some plants like higher flow, some plants like lower flow. So you really want to adapt your tank properly to the plants that you're going to keep. And then last is picking out the plants. And if you're just starting out, you want to try easy-to-grow plants. The super basic beginner stuff like Anubis, Java Fern, Jungle Val, Amazon Sword, some Java Moss, stuff like that. Get your feet wet, get some success under your belt, figure out how plants grow, figure out your trimming, because you do have to trim stem plants quite often, or bottom leaves kind of get nasty and die. Same things with other plants. You always want to trim. Trimming helps maintain healthy plants, and it also promotes extra growth. So trimming is a necessity and should not be overlooked. Honey, shush. Josh, I can hear you. Okay. Thank you very much. All the plants that I really want and have done research on seem to need moderate to high light intensity. If a different light would be better than Phoenix, I'm open to suggestions. Thank you. So lights that are better than a Phoenix, you could look up. I think it's called TMC Grow Beams. They're quite expensive, but they're really good for a big tank. They're going to provide you with a tremendous amount of light at those levels. And, let's see. I have a lotus plant. Can I trim it? Yeah, trim off any of the older leaves that you see. Anything that looks different from any newer leaf, trim that away. That'll help promote more growth. And for lotus-type plants, when they reach the top of the surface, and you want them lower, you can actually trim the ones that are reaching the top, and they'll actually stay short on you. You can actually groom your plants and get them to grow the way you want. Baby tears, hard plant to start with. Really like the look of that one to cover the ground. It is baby tears, well, dwarf baby tears, it can be. Baby tears Cuba is actually kind of easy, or Monte Carlo, I think they call it. And regular baby tears, which is a taller stem plant, it doesn't quite carpet unless you really train it through trimming and have a really intense light. Those two are okay, but baby tears, dwarf baby tears, no. Super hard plant, don't get it. Not for beginners. Can I replant the lotus or just throw it out? If you take off the individual strands of leaves, those you just toss. I say grow any plant you want with the right knowledge. Yes. Yeah, so you can grow any plant you want, but the thing is when you're first starting out, you want to have success. You don't want to spend a fortune on plants, $50, $60, $100, whatever it is. Put them all in your tank, and they all die. Because even I buy plants, and at least 20% of them do die, and I have almost ideal conditions. So, as a beginner, get the easy plants, figure them out, and then gradually work your way up into harder things. And there's nothing wrong, if you want a high-tech tank, but it's your first time growing plants, there's nothing wrong with setting up a high-tech tank and filling it with low-tech plants. And then as you figure it out, you can maybe increase your light level. Maybe it's dimmed. What's that? Beans?
Poison.
Beans? And all that. Let's see. So I'm breeding betas, and I have Anubis in the tank and moss ball. Will they survive in the water since they're... Yep, they'll survive. Tendons are fine. Just got done with my water change on my 55. Very nice. Let's see. So I am a new follower to H2O Plants. Why do people put H2O Army in your Instagram comments? So like Jake explained, pretty much our group is called the H2O Army. And so that's kind of that thing. But also, people that comment within 60 seconds on an Instagram post get the chance to win a certain price to the store each post. So you can win, $10. Sometimes it's more. Sometimes it's other stuff. And yeah. What's in that tank? What tank? The white one right there? That's...
Jake did a good job.
Yeah. It doesn't look like death anymore. Hello all, welcome Neon. My tank still has a lot of BBA on my Java ferns. What?
You have a snail? I didn't know you had snails.
Yeah, I got some snails.
The same one I had that died.
Yep. I bought 5 of them the other day. Let's see. Okay, good, because I spent $11 on the moss ball and $7 on the Anubis. How much are your hairgrass, and is it an easy plant? Giant hairgrass is an easy plant. I think it's $4 or $5 for a clump. It's like a little 1-inch clump, and they grow relatively quickly and will spread out nicely. Did you see the mosaic lily yet? I have not. What's the easiest beginner carpet plant that I can do with an EcoComplete Black Diamond Blasting Sand mix in my 29-gallon? So depending on your light, 4-leaf clover, dwarf sedge, pygmy chainsword, and dwarf sedge, pygmy chainsword, 4-leaf clover, Stargani repens. Sometimes Stargani repens is a little tricky, but it can be used in very low light tanks, and it's pretty easy. Brenton says, can I grow plants with just sand? You can, but like I had mentioned earlier, use root tabs.
What time is streaming till?
Like 9? Is that okay? Why?
We need to talk later.
Oh, why do we need to talk? What's wrong? Hey.
Nothing.
talking to you.
Nothing's wrong.
I'm talking to you.
Nothing's wrong. Relax.
Don't lie to me. What are we talking about?
Oh my God. You're done, Justin.
What are we gonna talk about? Tell me. I don't like that. I'll send a picture to you, H2O. Awesome. Send it. I got a load of Monte Carlo as my first plant. It ended in disaster. Yeah. Any tips on getting plants to pearl? So pearling is just a thing that happens naturally. It's not worth really trying to get them. They just do it naturally, and they do it under different conditions. Uh-oh, what did you do? I don't know. Amber, I'll let Margaret know. She walked away before I got to that comment. What's a good beginner plant? So Anubis and Java Fern are probably the best and easiest plants to grow in the aquarium hobby as a beginner. God, Jake, shush. I know, right? Why do women always have to say we have to talk later and then walk away? How much are your root types? Because I'm planning on doing a full planted tank for my spoiled betas. I believe, what are they, 750 right now? I forget what I have them at. They're 750, I think. I'm all out. I'm actually waiting on my supplier to get them back so I can order a bunch. I have 2,000 on order. I'm just, he orders them from his supplier and then I get them, and yeah, so. My plants usually pearl when I do water changes. Actually, that's typically not pearling. That's actually fresh oxygen coming into the tank, and it needs a surface to stick to, so it sticks to your plants, and then it just rises up. Is this a stick-up? I don't know. Is it a stick-up, Shishimi? What's going on? Okay. So I think that's, I mean, that's all the kind of topics that I wanted to touch. Just make sure that, you know, you do whatever you want to, but be smart with your money. Don't spend money on stuff that you know, you're not sure of. Do your research and figure it out. Are those canister filters behind you pretty quiet? One's actually a little, I think that's one. That actually might be my air pump. They're all pretty much quiet. I don't notice them. Let's see. My plants pearl whenever I turn on CO2. That's possible. Pearling doesn't indicate healthy plants, though, just so you guys know. I mean, and it indicates that they're growing, they're releasing oxygen, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're, you know. What substrate are you using in your tanks? Fluval, Seachem fluorite in the grow tanks, and EcoComplete in the 55, along with Black Diamond blasting sand. Shishimi Whiskey with the super chat of 333. Thank you, Shishimi, just cuz. I appreciate you. You are a scholar and a gentleman. I have no idea what the doggies are doing right now. My plants pearl when I add oysters. How to control algae in a tank? So typically, algae, you have to diagnose what type of algae you have and then figure out what's causing it. Typically, it's because of an imbalance somewhere, whether it's you're overfeeding your fish, you're adding in too much nutrients, you have too much light, not enough light, too much CO2, not enough CO2. So it could be, you just got to kind of figure it out. Change one thing at a time, wait a couple weeks, and if it's still not going away, change something else. Is it okay to use sand in a planted tank? Yep. Just make sure you add root tabs. I answered that a bit earlier, but just in case. Sorry. Alright, what else? Is CO2 harmful towards fish? I've heard it's killed fish, and it scares me because I spend way too much on them. So I was wondering if they will be okay. So CO2 can kill fish. I've actually experienced that firsthand when we were in the old apartment and I moved everything into the one room. When I redid my CO2 system, there was an issue and I gassed 3 of my Bosemani rainbows. So how often do I need to add root tabs for the sand? I would say if you're doing sand, depending on your plant load, anywhere between 2 and 6 months. So if you have a densely planted tank, 2 months. If you have a lightly planted tank, every 6 months, and wherever in between. All right, fish life. The fish life has to go. See you later. Okay, I'm back. Didn't hear you answered my question. What's a good beginner plant? Anubis and Java fern. I did answer that earlier. Whenever people talk about plants pearling in my mind, I get an image of plants with Rob Perlman's face. That jump in your channel yesterday was huge. 150 subs in one day. Yeah, I wonder why I got 157 subs. I noticed that too because I was at like 1,600 for a while, and then all of a sudden it went up like 100. I'm like, what the hell happened? So I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but welcome all the new subscribers. Braxton, go to H2O Plants site and click Beginner Plants. Welcome, Jasmine. So yeah, so on Tuesday I had an additional 715 views, which is higher than normal. I wonder what they're reviewing. I don't know. I don't know. You got all Jacob subs. Oh my god. I was gonna ask you why, but that's awesome. Dogfight, yeah, they're you see? Wasn't it because of Life with Pets? I think she mentioned you in her video giveaway. Oh yeah, I think she did too. I think that's what it was. Now that I think about it. That has to be it. Let's see. What's up, Casey? Is API root tabs okay in your opinion? I've never used them, but I'm sure they're alright. I just find them a bit more expensive. My root tabs, you get more for your bang, or more for your dollar. Sorry for the dumb question, but just throw the tabs in the tank? No, so the root tabs you're supposed to take and place them inside the substrate as deep as you can go.
When were you gonna tell me I had mail?
Oh, my bad. Hey Justin, got an email last night saying my order shipped, but USPS still says status not available. Robert, that will probably work itself out by the morning. Just give it some time. I dropped them off this afternoon, so. There is this one car audio guide that streams. It looks like you, crazy beard, hair, glasses, no joke. Oh really? That's my food. That is my food. No. No, that's my food. My food. No, my food. Not your food. Walter wants to hump honey. Yeah, he keeps trying. I keep having to stop him. Oh, okay, so my stream was lagging really far behind. Yeah, I'm about to say, Jasmine, you're really far back. So do you guys have any other questions involving planted tanks? Can answer maybe. Yeah, they're both fixed. They're both rescues, so that's kind of required to be fixed. Walter. How exactly do you know when it's time to add more root tabs? Typically, you just gotta go off the overall look at the plants. It can't hurt to add them a little bit sooner than you think you do, but if you start seeing any kind of color fluctuation in plants, that's typically a good time. Certain plants do a lot better with root tabs like Amazon swords. That is correct. Any benefits to air stones in a low-tech tank? So air stones actually, and this comes from Corey at Aquarium Co-op, which I do kind of think that his hypothesis is true. When you're running an air stone in a planted tank, you're actually injecting some CO2 because the air pump is only pulling air or oxygen out of out of whatever air is around you. It's not creating oxygen, it's just pumping in whatever is there. So it is pumping in some CO2, which then will actually get dissolved in the water as well. So what benefits do they have? What benefits do I have? How many tanks do you have? 5 at the moment, but I have 13 more to set up. Let's see. You have any videos on maintaining Amazon swords? I'm a newbie and got 6 large ones. I have no idea how to trim them or what to do. So add them, pretty much you plant them, leave them be for a while, and then start plucking the outer leaves. You pluck them down by the base. I do have a video on YouTube, I think, on trimming immersed plants, and that will kind of show you what to do as well, or trimming, what was it? Actually, there might be Amazon sword video. I forget what it is. What benefits do live plants have? They help absorb waste that your fish produce, which keeps your water cleaner, prevents you having to do as much maintenance as normal. It oxygenates the water because plants generate oxygen. It provides hiding places, and it does allow your fish to spawn. It likes fish-like plants to spawn on. What's your YouTube channel? Just H2O Plants. Are we still thinking a few weeks till you get root tubs back in stock? Yep, probably at least two weeks. I use Osmocote Plus in my 40-gallon. I have one, I think it is a stem plant. I can't keep up with the growth. Yep. Osmocote Plus is another way to do DIY root tubs if you want. Spencer says, I've had a reef tank for many years. How is maintenance in a planted tank compared to a reef tank? Well, I've never owned a reef tank, but I will tell you, I can go weeks without cleaning my tanks, and they're perfectly fine. But that's once you have a densely planted, self-sustaining system. You can't just throw plants in and be like, okay, I'm not doing any sort of maintenance, because that's not going to work. Over the long term, once the plant has been cycled in, everything's good, you give it, 6 months to a year, that's when you can kind of decrease your maintenance a bit on it. I have green algae on my Anubis leaves. What's the best way to remove it? Also going to put in a different environment. If it's like green slime algae, you could kind of just rub it off with your fingers. If it doesn't want to come off, you could fill a syringe with a airline tubing attached to the end of it, fill it with hydrogen peroxide, and dunk it in the tank and squirt it on the plants that are infected. That'll typically kill most algae. How long does shipping last when you ship plants? Well, shipping, if you order today, It'll ship out Sunday, and you'll probably have it by Wednesday, the latest. It's anywhere between 1 and 3 days, depending on how far from New Jersey you are. What's the best substrate for live plants? It really depends on the size of the tank, Vanessa. We went over this a little bit earlier, but in my personal opinion, I like EcoComplete and Seachem Fluorite. Wait, throw my valves away? No, I didn't say throw your valves away. Yeah.
How deep is the soil buried in the shed?
Not that deep. It's the yellow bag.
Is it full?
Yeah. Alright, guys, I'm going to give it 10 more minutes and then I'm going to be out of here. Kind of a short live stream today just because I got a bunch of stuff other to do as well. So, is carbon okay in my filter? So, from my personal experience, I don't use carbon. Everything that I've read and know says that it does pull things out of the water, which can pull out nutrients that you may be dosing in your tank. Some people will argue that's not the case, but I rather, you don't really need carbon unless your tank is smelly or you're trying to remove something from the tank. I just kind of go by my quarries. When they stop trying to dig them up, I replace them. Well, there you go. Airstone prevents bacteria film buildup on the surface of the water. That it does. I overfeed my quarries. They are so lazy they don't move until there's food in the water. Will regular ARs stay red without CO2? Yeah, regular AR or AR Mini will stay red without CO2. We have it actually in a vase, and it is bright red compared to my high-tech tanks. Anyone know of an airstone that produces small bubbles that is quiet? My air pumps are so quiet so quiet that I'm now annoyed by the airstone noise. That's funny. Plants stay red if they get enough iron. Liquid ferts with iron will help AR. Typically, I mean, iron, yeah, it does help, but it's not the deciding factor. So, how often can I rescape a heavily planted tank? As much as you want. Just be careful with disrupting a substrate depending on what you have there, if there's any kind of anaerobic conditions or anything like that. If I dose liquid fertilizer, don't use carbon. If you dose dry ferts, then you can. Oh, if you dose liquid ferts, don't use carbon. If you dose dry ferts, then you can. My plants are supposed to be in tomorrow. Can't wait. Nice, Floyd. Are there any fish that will eat or kill live plants? Yes, actually plenty. Goldfish will eat most plants. Typically the only plants that can be housed with goldfish are big-leaved and hard-leaved plants. Anubis is one, Amazon swords is another. But anything with finer leaves, goldfish will gobble up. Cichlids also tear up plants. Bigger cichlids eat the plants. Most big fish don't like plants because they will just eat them. So it's not wise to keep them. If I use API Algae Fix to remove any algae, can that affect my plants, or will it just target the algae? It can affect plants. You're introducing a chemical which is meant to stop a thing from growing. It could harm your plants depending on what kind of plants you have. So carbon will prevent ferts from doing their job. Essentially what some carbon does in a tank, so if you have carbon in your filter, as the water passes through it, it absorbs the nutrients out of the water because carbon acts as a filter. So think of it when you purify water, right? If you have a tap and you put a purifier on it and you want to get any sort of stuff that's in that water out, when you put that carbon filter on there, it's sucking out any particles that are in there. So when you dose your nutrients, those particles that are floating through the water, the carbon is absorbing it as well. Is there a reason you can't use CO2 diffuser for air? Yes. One, the air pump has a much, I think it's a much higher pressure or much higher flow. And CO2, even though the pressure is high, the flow is sometimes less. So if you ever have a CO2 diffuser with an air pump, or with a CO2, and you look at the bubbles, and you turn it all up, they'll just start like it'll be one massive bubble, and the bubbles will be rushing out and flowing out. I guess you could technically use it, but it's kind of defeats the purpose. What if you get an air pump that you can adjust flow? Yeah, that could work if you can adjust the flow. But typically, an air stoner is going to be cheaper than a CO2 diffuser. It's only if you have it on hand. Alright guys, so 5 more minutes. If you have any other questions, you can get them in now. Hi, Oranda Lover, what's going on? I don't think that most air pumps have the PSI to push air through a CO2 diffuser. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't tested it. He's ending the stream early because he is worried about what Margaret has to say. I'm curious. Damn it, Margaret. Yes. The stream wants to know what you have to talk to me about. The stream wants to know what you have to talk to me about.
Why?
Cuz. What do you have to talk to me about?
Everything has to be streamed?
Yes.
Why?
Just in case you try and kill me.
I can't have a private conversation with you about bullshit?
Sure. I'm gonna end the stream.
Something bad.
Should I end the stream early?
Did you do something bad?
I don't know. Did
Are
I?
you feeling guilty about something?
I washed the dishes for you.
I know. So what did you do?
Well, what did I do?
You tell me.
This is about you.
It's about me?
You said you had to talk to me.
Yeah.
Is it because I washed the dishes?
No.
Oh, okay. I washed the dishes because I wanted to do something nice for you.
Okay, thank you for that. You should do it no matter what.
No.
Why haven't you eaten your meal?
Because I'm talking. There's something fishy about the stream. I can't put my finger on it.
No, I am not pregnant. Trust me when I say it, I am not pregnant.
pregnant?
Nope.
Are you pregnant?
No, baby.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I'll be throwing myself down the stairs right now.
She's coming you. Oh, she's coning you?
She's coming?
I don't know.
Conning.
Oh, coning you. Yeah, maybe. You could buy her the bag instead. No, I'm taking her to her peony brunch.
Oh, now you're gonna take me?
Yeah.
I thought you said it was total bullshit, and it was just like the jazz party.
No,
we went
I
to.
said, is it going to be total bullshit like the jazz party?
And if it is, so what? You're taking me.
Yeah, but if we're gonna buy tickets and then sit outside the event,
It's fucking dinner, you asshole.
I know. I'm just
I
kidding.
think I deserve dinner.
You get dinner, baby. You get dinner.
You don't have to go. I could go with a friend.
No, you can't go with a friend.
Anyway.
Not allowed. Pretty big shipment coming in Friday. Not huge. I ordered a couple things that I actually don't have on the website, so a couple new plants. But next week we won't be shipping any plants after Sunday because I'm doing a bunch of renovations down here. She only suspects you did something and now trying to guilt you into a false confession.
I would
Oldest
never
trick
do
in it.
that. I
Yes,
always
you
know
do.
what you're up to.
Uh-huh.
Hmm?
I like you with your little watering can.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
I don't know.
Whose flowers have you been watering, Justin?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Ah, I would.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Jake is pregnant. She doesn't actually hate him. She makes it Wait. She doesn't actually hate him like she makes it stream.
I don't. See? Jake was here when was it, yesterday? Honey, shut the fuck up.
It might be time to start on that walk-in closet. She has the walk-in closet.
I have a huge walk-in closet.
Oh, Instagram, it is going down. Time is ending there. See, baited. Yep.
Yeah, 4 minutes remaining.
No, I got 2 seconds remaining. Cool.
Whatever.
So what are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Talking fish?
Okay, so I'll let you talk your fish.
No.
I'm gonna go do what I was doing.
What are you doing?
I actually want to transfer the herbs into the round thing, but that bag is gonna be heavy for me to carry.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it upstairs and drag dirt.
So
Can I use your table down here?
Do you need a big strong man?
Yeah, when you find one, let me know. Can I use your table down here to fill it up with dirt? Because I don't want to do it upstairs.
Yeah, but are you going to be able to get the dirt from the shed?
Is it heavy?
Yes.
It's not like half a bag?
No. You won't be able to lift it. Fill the closet with bags. Hello, Barbara. Who the hell's Barbara?
Who's Barbara?
I don't know. Let's see.
Now you're going to wonder on that what you did.
Uh-huh.
Did you do something wrong?
Maybe.
You did, right? I know you did.
What kind of food does plants take besides the liquid bottle solution sold in stores? You could also use dry fertilizer that is aquarium specific. So when will you start selling again after the remodel? Time frame is setting up my tank in June. So it's only going to pretty much be this week. So Monday they're going to come and start ripping out our old heating system and start installing the new heating and cooling system that I'm having put in the house. That's going to probably take all week, but you can still place orders and plants will ship out on the following Sunday, Monday, Tuesday afterwards, because they said it should all be done by Friday, I'm hoping. Even if it's not, it's just Monday it's probably going to be a mess down here, so I'm not going to want to really ship any orders.
Oh, Amber, I need to order a shitload of fucking...
She said to email her or something before. Yeah, so we're not really doing anything major down here just yet. Tomorrow I'm going to be cutting holes in the wall down here to open it up. And then Saturday I'm going to be finishing up the tank stands, or at least part of it. I still have to paint them as well. So if you're not following on Instagram or Facebook, I suggest you do so if you want to check out those live streams, because that's where I'm live streaming it. Let's see. You probably know that fish water has high nitrogen, great for plants and veggies. Yes, so that's typically why you would use aquarium plants, because it actually absorbs that high nitrate that the fish produce, and that will in turn feed the plants and keep the water clean, because too high of nitrates can kill fish. Ah, look at what you did.
You have the keys down here? Because I don't know where my keys are.
They are in my jacket upstairs. Also, Margaret, want to find me some cool wall art? Jasmine wants to know if you want to find her some cool wall art.
Find her some cool wall art?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. She wants wall art. What is your Facebook? Just H2O Plants. Everything is H2O Plants except for Twitter. Twitter is H2O Plants Inc.
Ink? Why?
Because H2O Plants was taken.
Who the fuck took it? Did you not copyright that?
A European company has H2O Plants on Twitter for some reason. It's like a landscaping or a pond company. When will you have more root tubs in stock? Hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Can you tell us about building a stand and laying 2x4s flat? So whenever you have a 2x4 and you're building something out of it, it's predominantly stronger laid on its side versus flat. So you never want to put a 2x4 flat when building something. You always want to lay it on its side. It has, I think, 5 to 10 times more strength that way. And when you lay a 2x4 flat, it has the tendency to bow. Especially when you have tanks on it, that's not a good thing. So, got my order today. So happy, even better than expected. And thank you for the free microsword. You're welcome, Chronic. I'm glad you like it. Be sure to tell all your friends. Behind the right door. Are you gonna need help, baby? Do you need a big, strong man? Do you need these muscles?
You want to go do it for me?
Not really, but I'll go do it for you.
So then why the fuck you offering if you
I'll
want to
go.
do it?
I said I'll go do it for you. Then entertain the stream.
What am I gonna say?
I don't know. Talk to them. Have fun entertaining the stream. Come
No,
on.
then I'll get the bag myself.
No, I'll get the bag. Let me just get the bag. Just entertain them. Oh my god.
Be fast.
Yes. They just want to see your beautiful face.
Just be fast.
Uh-huh. No, stay. No.
I should spit in his food. Okay, I don't know what to tell you guys. So just hang in tight till he gets my whatever he's getting. Hello, Jenna. And Floyd. And Marissa. Zelda, wow. That Zelda game is still exist? You want dinner? I got dinner right here that he didn't even fucking eat. Jake, you're an asshole. Tell us about your land plans. What do you mean land plans? Like what I'm doing? It's just the herb garden that I have inside. Oh, thank you, Jenna. I went back to black. Finally, someone who says my name right. It's easy. Marissa. I am planting herbs, basil, mint, parsley, all that sort of crap. You remind me of my wife. Good. I hope she beats the shit out of you too and puts you in your place. How many children I want? Oh, honestly, I just want the one I have and that's it. I want no more kids, but yeah, compromise in life, right?
Okay.
I don't know how you do this, how you look at 3 different things.
Multitask, baby, multitask.
Yeah, you're neglecting the tostadas. And you should eat it because I just fucking spit a big longi in it.
Ew.
Just for you. You will still eat it though, right? Right? Same thing as making out.
Ew, I don't make out with you.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about?
Where's the sand?
It's over there.
Is it heavy? Is it open?
No.
Shit. It's a big fucking piece of shit.
Yep. I actually want to do the other plants too, so I'm going to bring it down. Let's see. What goes on here?
I think I bored them.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Getting tired of your shit.
Look at those tiny chicken arms lifting that bag. Yeah! The muscles! If you plant the mint outside, be warned, it spreads really bad like it overfed. Yeah, I know.
I keep hearing that, but I don't see it being spread or growing fast enough.
Because
And
if
it's
you
the thing I use the most.
if you give it the opportunity to, actually, I'm gonna go get the other plants too. I'll plant them while we're doing
You
all
want to
this.
get my pots that I bought in my plant since you're in the...
Sure, but we can't do the aloe one yet.
Okay.
That I need a special one for.
That's fine. Do you have a scooper to scoop the sand with?
Damn, the small shovel's in there.
I'll use my hands.
You want a glove?
No, I can get dirty. I'm gonna get mud all over your thing though. break out the things, right? On the bottom.
Yeah, just a little bit. You don't have to do it as much as we did with the other one. Stop, 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 stop. It's okay.
Nothing's there. I'm
Okay.
still putting sand. Relax.
Talk to chat.
I don't know what to say, Justin. I'm not.
Talk to him.
It's not my forte. It's gone X-rated. Who's gone X-rated? Make sure the top mint will branch out more. List of really slow growing plants. We'll get back to you on that one. Chronic, I am impatient, so what? Like you're not.
You wanted both of these, right?
Mm-hmm. No, you should be chatting. I'm doing all this.
Okay, I'm getting your stuff.
I got it. Come.
I want to get the other thing too while we're doing this.
He abandoned you guys. You can't see me playing with something because he wants to play with it too. Does this potting soil have worms in it?
No. I mean, there might be worms, but
Really?
it's dirt, Margaret. There's a chance there could be worms. Margaret got worm poop on her hands. Margaret saved the stream from ending.
I did?
Yeah, because I was going to end it early, but...
But, okay, and why are you not ending it early now?
Because now you're done here.
Seriously?
Yep.
No, you just wanted to know what I had to talk to you about. That's what it is.
And you still haven't answered me.
It's nothing. It's bullcrap. It's about me, you and me. Can we keep something private?
Oh.
Gosh.
Let's talk about you and me. Never once have I found a worm in a bag of dirt, and I'm a farmer.
Good.
I guess they wouldn't live too long. They need a... I don't know. What is she planting? She should plant some pitcher plants. Well, right now she's planting parsley, mint, basil, and cilantro in those. And then I have a bunch of other plants in here that I'm trying to grow in low light situations. So I have some broccoli, spinach, beets, lettuce, some... What is this guy called? Some Swiss chard and some kale. And I read up on them, and they said that they can grow in relatively shady areas. So there's a spot on the side of the house that I actually want to try planting all these next year. I'm not going to do it this year because we have a gopher out there, so I need to properly plan to take care of the gopher and figure out how I can grow these without the gopher attacking everything. So I have these in the window that is essentially right where the shady area is. I'm going to see if they can grow there, which they have been. I actually lost one of the lettuces, but I don't think it was lack of light. I think it was, I don't know, something happened to it. Maybe it got too wet, and I didn't like that. But everything else has been growing great. Like this mint is just super tall right now.
That's mint too?
Yeah. Spearmint.
Why does my mint look wimpy?
I don't know. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
No. No.
Peppa's heftier than you.
No. You guys need chickens. I said that. Margaret won't let me get chickens. I want chickens.
You will cry if I chop the head off and cook it.
Don't be chickens to lay eggs, not to eat.
Not where I'm from. Where I'm from, you fucking kill them and eat them.
Justin got the chicken arms. Let's keep this PG-13. PG-13, Margaret. We gotta be advertiser friendly.
I came to do my plans and you were ending your stream. Don't blame this on me.
I wasn't ending my stream.
Yeah, you were. You just said it.
Love you.
I'll do this upstairs, but I don't want to ruin my kitchen.
Oh, so you ruined my table instead.
Yeah.
Nice. You kill them and eat them once they don't lay eggs for you anymore. Justin, you gotta get Silkies too cute to eat. Chickens to eat, chicken legs, more F-bombs. She's Dominican? Nope, she's Honduran. Even worse. No, just kidding. Goats and pigs too. Yes, we need goats and pigs.
We don't live in a farm. If we lived in a farm, maybe.
So can we buy a farm then?
Do you have money for farm? Because you don't even have money to buy me a bag or a pair of shoes or pay me, but yet you're paying Jake.
Yeah, because Jake's not related to us. So.
I'm not related to you either.
Yeah, but I have to sleep with you, so.
You don't have to.
You need some background tunes. I would, but we're on YouTube and I can't do that. Or if you're like me, they live out their entire natural lives as pets after they finish laying. There you go. We could get some chickens that lay eggs and then keep them as pets. No?
Can you lift up my bro?
I need some dirt in this.
Are you going to be able to talk and do this?
I can read the stream.
I can't tell these two apart. What's what?
That's parsley, and that's cilantro.
You have cilantro?
Yeah, that's cilantro right there.
All this time this was cilantro?
Yeah. What do you think it was? Taste it. It's cilantro.
I didn't know it was cilantro. Do you need gloves for everything, Justin?
Yes. I'm a very dainty person. I don't like getting my hands dirty.
Apparently.
What can I say?
I need a real man in my life.
I'll show you, real man. How about that? Catch me outside, Margaret.
You won't show up.
Can you use Miracle Grow as an aquarium plant fert? I don't think so. I think there's something in it that typically is out. I've never seen somebody say you could use it. Wheat out, cheer. How's the restocking going, Justin? I plan on ordering soon as I'm back in the States. I will have new inventory on Friday, but then we're only shipping out Sunday of next week, and then next week we're doing some renovations, so to down here, so I won't be able to ship the rest of the week. So if you want plants for next week, order before Saturday. So. You know what? I could just use this. Use some freebie.
job, Justin. Good job.
It wasn't me. Have you used API Algae Fix? If so, what is your thoughts on it? So I'm using it. I was using it to treat this tank. It killed a lot of things, including some plants. So. Sunday is my B-day. Well, happy birthday. H2O Farm sounds good. No arguing. He really does have a green thumb. Yeah, I'm growing my grass. I'm growing some plants. I like growing stuff. Next I gotta grow some weed. Well, we need to move to California for that, but...
Are you gonna eat, or did I make that in vain?
I will eat it when I'm done. My hands are dirty. You want me to eat with my dirty hands? Love you, baby. Isn't Ricky a kind of moss? Yes, it is. First super chat. Keep up the good work. There's a super chat. Was there a super chat? If there is, I apologize. It didn't come up with the super chat. It should have, if you did. What are you doing for Mother's Day? What are we doing for Mother's Day?
I don't know, Justin. What are you doing for Mother's Day?
Well, I bought you the thing. That's Mother's Day. Isn't that Mother's Day present? We
No.
go somewhere nice? No? Okay. So what would you like to do for Mother's Day? What would you like?
You know what I would like?
What?
I would like for you to clean the entire house. Bathroom, kitchen, the cat litter, everything. And I do absolutely nothing but watch TV all day. And you take care of the kids.
Okay. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, $5 super chat. Well, thank you. I don't know why the super chat didn't come up on the screen, but thank you, Yun. I appreciate it. Did she make it in vain, bro? Tell him what? I don't know. One or two, no one will notice. My husband doesn't want me to have chickens, so we got chickens, a peacock, and guinea fowl. I want a peacock. Can we get a peacock, baby? Do you use CO2 in your planted aquariums? They do. All the tanks have CO2.
I smell parsley.
P-A-R-S-L-E-Y, I believe. Pretty sure.
And what is this? Basil?
Basil. Yep. So, got some beets here. First time growing beets. I don't know how they're going to grow, but yeah. Oh.
I'm done. Look at that.
You better scrub that house, bro. Keep close enough. Got my first order from
Look
you.
how pretty.
Impressed for sure. That is very pretty, although the cilantro needs to be watered because it looks like it's dying.
I just watered it.
Did you? Okay, so it'll perk back up once you put it in the window. Did I read your other comment, Missy? Missy says, sup guys, thanks so much for my order received. Greatly appreciate the free microsword. Definitely ordering again, and yeah, good job. Thank you. I've been using Algae Fix to get rid of BBA, but so far it doesn't work. As far as I know, it doesn't get rid of BBA. The only thing that essentially gets rid of BBA is Excel and hydrogen peroxide. Oh, I forgot my bag of fertilizer in the thing. Damn it. Just gonna put some fertilizer.
You already wrote this one, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't bring the other one down. Sorry. So we got some nice beats here. I live about 4 blocks from the zoo, and you can hear the peacocks. They sound like old ladies yelling, "Damn, cilantro needs to be burned because it's disgusting." I actually used to hate cilantro, but now I like a little bit. Not too much. It's still like, if there's too much, it's overpowering, but I don't mind a little bit. But I used to hate it. My dad used to put it on everything, and I'm like, no, this stuff is disgusting. I need more dirty. How many kids you guys have? Well, Margaret has 1. But we often confiscate his cousin to keep him busy while we do things. Because believe it or not, having 2 actually makes it a little bit easier than having 1. Right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Should do the green one on that one. Do the pathos.
Those are some nice spots. Where did you get them? Home Goods, baby. Home Goods, where I live.
That's Margaret's second job.
I should get a job there. Did this work when you scooped it?
Kind of. It's a little tricky. Potting Light Pros. Steven's Aquarium in the house. Love the Tiger Lotus you send me. And thanks for the Micro Sword. You're welcome, Steven.
Damn, they got it already?
Yeah.
That's fast.
The way Margaret and you pack plants for shipping is amazing.
I wrote little notes in it too. For the big packs.
I think next time you should kiss them and leave a lipstick mark.
Nobody want that shit.
I bet you. Who wants
No.
lipstick marks on their plants? I guarantee you people want them.
Nobody.
Bet you they do. How's it going, Adam? What's up, Ben? I need more.
Can you squeeze that and break it up? Since you got the open. Squeeze. Like along the ground.
Pack plants should pay extra for lipstick mark. There you go. Looks like you have a lot of plants on stock. Well, planting some regular plants. Love the stickers and the little info they came with. You're welcome. Hey guys, how's it going? Chronic does. Chronic wants them with lipstick marks.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, you do.
What is the point of little sticks inside the soil?
It's organic material. It breaks down over time, and it keeps the soil nice and moist because it holds nutrients or holds water. Baby, are you afraid of that thing? Okay. The beets are planted. No? Nobody's saying anything?
No, you're boring the shit out of them.
You're boring them. It was your idea.
You're supposed to end the stream, and we were supposed to do this together and have a conversation. But we like to have everyone in our conversation.
Yeah.
With that being said, what are the plans this weekend? All I know is you're taking care of the kids Friday, and I'm going out. I'm coming home drunk. So I need you to bathe them, feed them, and take care of them.
Me? You're gonna trust me with two little people?
And then you're gonna hold my hair back if I need to throw up.
No, I'm gonna leave you outside. You ain't throwing up in the house. You're gonna throw up on the porch. Hold up, I got stuff to do. I gotta tear down walls.
That's not my problem.
That is your problem. You should go Bible study. Sounds like fun. I want to go. Because it's ladies' night and the feeling's right.
Right.
No. She's going to leave me in charge. I don't get to be left in charge. I want lipstick marks on my booby plants. You both provide great background noises while studying for my sociology final. Well, you could use us as your thesis.
No, he's telling you you're putting him to sleep.
No. They're saying they like it, Margaret. Okay.
Read between the lines, Justin.
She's so mean. And feisty. Give them Munchkin some hammer cheap for the labor. Oh, yeah. Give them some hammers, cheap labor. That's right. Hey, Miriam. Are you into fish as much as plants? I actually like the plants more than I like the fish. Although there are several fish that I really like. But I'm obviously more into the plants, as you can see by more planted tanks than tanks with fish in it.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys cry when a fish dies?
What are you trying to say, Margaret?
I just want to know if it's normal that if they cry when a fish dies, and do you guys put the fish to sleep?
You see how messed up she is?
And sing him a lullaby while you flush him down the fucking toilet.
No, I give them a Viking funeral.
Because that's what you do.
I give them a Viking funeral. You like feisty, I know, right? I'm stuck with her, so I guess I do.
God damn it. This is a big ass pop.
Yeah, see, look. Jasmine says, yes, oh my goodness gracious, I'm a hot mess. Alexis says, absolutely. Jasmine says, yes, I had to euthanize a fish before with clove oil. Yeah, see, I had to do the same. Beta people cry the most when their betas die. No, not really, but then I didn't cry when my cat died either. Miriam, you're what do they call that? The sociopath. You have no feelings. Just kidding. Then they get buried. It's like they lost a family member. See, I'm not the only one. Now, not so much. I cried when my goldfish died. Are those underwater plants? No, we're actually just planting some vegetables and herbs and stuff that I'm trying to grow in a shady area. Hey man, you can't understand a man's love for his fish. Damn right.
Yeah, I guess I was wrong.
Yes, I cried so much when I had to put my beta down.
I don't know. I see it as like you can't communicate with it, so I don't know.
Besides the point. You're its whole world. It doesn't know anything else. You're its god, essentially. You provide. Stoic is the word. I have a great story about land hermit crabs. I cry after buying a new fish because I'm broke. Oh, here comes the pothos. Look at this thing. Frickin' pothos is huge. Can I cut Jungle Val or will it die? Yeah, you could cut it. Best way to trim Jungle Val is cut the leaf as close to the bottom as you can, leaving at least 3 leaves on the main thing as much as possible. Hey, Deluxe Shrimps, how's it going? I communicate via laser light. He follows it around the tank like a cat. That's pretty funny.
Really?
Bought a new beta today. Very nice. I feed my fish to my chickens, but I have real problems with people who let their fish suffocate.
Do I have to break the root on this one too in the bottom?
Let me see. It might be root bound. Yeah,
Break it?
just a little bit.
Okay, I got it.
That's really wet too. It's being overwatered.
I just watered it.
Oh, did you? It's like, let your hair down.
I think it needs more soil up now. It's
Yeah.
too low.
Well, it should be. Yeah, it needs, like, if you take your finger, it should be, like, just one knuckle down. So I used to have hermit crabs, and one day we saw one hanging out of the shell. We're like, oh, it's dead, so we put it in a little casket. And I make my dad bury it like 5 inches deep. Then my dad Googled and found out that they molt, so he has to dig it up, and it was alive. Jesus.
Jesus.
Are your plants pest-free snails or pest snail-free? So Jenny, there is snails in the tank. I do my best to remove them before we pack and ship. They are just typical pond snails. They don't eat plants, so you don't have to worry about them destroying anything. And they do help aquariums. A lot of people have this conception of pond snails that they're bad for your tanks. They're actually really good. They help to process any sort of dying plant matter, leftover food, and clean your tank as well. With that said, if you're still afraid of the snails, the only way to guarantee that there's no snails is get what are they called? Tissue culture plants, which are kind of expensive. Or you could always bleach dip plants depending on the plant. Some plants can't tolerate bleach dips, but others can. Hey, what's that green stuff in the baggie that came in my order? That's the S1 food. It's the food that I sell on my website. I'm actually, I think, all out. I may have 1 container left, but you guys should get a chicken coop. I keep saying that. Margaret doesn't want one. Let's see. Do you put pothos in your tank? We actually have pothos in the planted vases upstairs, or did we take that all out? Well, we did have it. Now it's not in there. I don't know. I grow pothos in my fish tank. It grows in the water and out of the water. Yep. Looks good, Margaret. Good job with the tanks, mate. Plants are nice. Our planted tanks. Oh. Instagram just went down. But chicks are nicer. Love pothos. I call mine Lyle, and he has taken over my living room. Well, this one's growing quite well. have a silver splash from philodendron. It looks like pothos, but better. Oh, damn. I have to look that up.
Done.
Alright, well, I need more.
Just like the shit is so packed, I can't scoop anything out. You need to put it. Should've changed my shirt.
I should have brought another bag of this.
This is enough, no?
I'd put a little more. So what light would you recommend? It depends on the tank, Ollie. I personally like the Fluval 2.0 LEDs, but it really depends on the size of your tank. Yeah, that's good. No, don't touch me. Do you guys ever watch fish videos? And if so, any of your favorite fish tubers? I recently found out about your channel because of Life with Pets. Yeah, I watch quite a bit. I watch Life with Pets. I watch Joey. I watch Dustin's Fish Tanks. I watch Rob at Flip Aquatics. Pet Adventures. Taylor Nicole Dean. There's a bunch of them. How much is shipping on your website? $8.50 for normal or free over $50. And I had a Phoenix Fudre, but we're not impressed. I've been doing reef tanks for a while, but getting back into planted tanks. Let me see if you wrote what size tank you have. I need to know what size tank you have, but yeah. Do you even lift tanks, bro? Try to. These shits are heavy though.
Oh my god, this is heavy. Holy shit. So, what are you doing for me for Mother's Day?
Watching the kids for you Friday night so you could go out.
And?
That's not enough. That's not worthy.
And?
And I'll hold your hair back while you fucking puke.
And?
That's about it. What did you get me for Father's Day? What?
As far as I know, you're shooting blanks.
I have 3 children. Okay? In case you didn't realize this. Actually 4, because I include you in that. $40 breeder, get the Fluval 2.0. You won't be disappointed. You need to get a Mimosa pudica to put in a planter. It is the only plant I own that interests any guest. Never heard of it. Okay, so I got my broccoli and I got my beets planted. And I know what somebody's probably going to say. You can't plant them that close together, or they need more space, or something like that. This is just a test to see if they grow in the window. If they grow in the window, then I know that I can make it work. What are you thinking?
Nothing.
What are you thinking?
Nothing. What do you think? Gosh.
Beets and broccoli.
Can you pick up the bag and throw it in here, or is it too heavy for you?
Look at that, one-handed. What you know about that? Ew, don't treat me like that. Don't roll your eyes, Margaret. I saw that. Don't make me come over there. Is it good or you
Yeah, that's good.
Gracias. Does anybody know how to grow cilantro? Because that one's like kind of sagging over. I don't know. Should be more. Jenny Lee, freshwater or saltwater? Beets, Bears, Battlestar Galactica. That is the same potting mix I use to dry start my Coleus seed and a few other flowers today. Oh, nice. It was like the cheapest one at Home Depot, so I'm just like, whatever. I want to get into killing fish. Killing fish? The hell? Or killifish. What's up, Warshiz? How's it going? That's okay. Stick it in there, it'll be fine.
There's nothing growing in the middle. Everything's around it. Why?
Because I took them all out and reburied them, so just pull these out and plant them in the middle. Show us the cilantro, maybe we can help. Well, I think it might be over-watered or something. I don't know. It's like kind of drooping there and it looks sad. It was growing fine, but maybe I'm over-watering it. Usually wilting sign of water. Well, it's damp. The soil's damp. like wet.
I just. put
Oh, you
water on
watered all these?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that's I don't know. I didn't water these yesterday, so maybe because I missed the watering. That could be why. Live fresh bread. I like anchovies on my pizza. So I don't know how we went from talking about aquariums to gardening, but Justin, let's PG after stream. PG. What's PG? Looks like lack of water. Then hopefully watering it will get it back. Don't say that. Margaret will say, I just watered them. Like I said, HO2 plants. Power game? Power game. What are we going to power game?
I'm gonna start blowing kisses to you more and being more sweeter.
Why?
Because I'm starting to look like the bad guy, because you make me look like the bad guy.
I don't make you look like the bad guy.
No.
Baby, you're not the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Only on days when you don't have your period. Margaret's actually nicer to me when she has her period.
Really, Justin?
What? It's true. Because most girls are the opposite.
One, they don't need to know that.
Sure they do.
Two, TMI. Nothing is ever private with you anymore. You know what? When I am pregnant, I'm gonna go online and just put this stick up there. How about that?
Yeah?
Would that be?
That'll be a nice way. Margaret is actually nicer to him when I'm there. But that was all an act, Jake. I'm just kidding. She is nice sometimes.
Those are all my things, right?
Yeah. The only one left is the aloe plant, but I need a special soil for that. And we have to go get the more succulents. I was trying to make a pun with oxygen instead of water, but I realized that it would be O, not O2. It's alright, Jasmine. I forgive you. What is the chat stream on here feeding from? Twitch or what? Twitch, YouTube, and Periscope, if anybody joins on Periscope. Ah.
I have a question for you, Justin.
Yes.
When are you gonna put my blinds?
We'll
I've been
see.
waiting 3 weeks for my blinds to go up.
Well, see, you know, funny story about that, right?
Why don't you let me hire a handyman?
No,
You're too busy,
no,
and I need stuff to get done around the house.
and I will
You know
do
what?
it.
For Mother's Day, I want you to hire a handyman for me.
No, why would I hire a handyman? I could just do it myself.
When?
Well, I was gonna do it Friday, but I have to watch the kids, so now I can't. Just kidding.
Don't be surprised if you walk in here and there's another man on your ladder using your drills, putting up the blinds in our bedroom.
You know what's gonna happen then?
It's gonna be a real big buff guy, with all tatted up and stuff.
You know what's gonna happen then?
And I'm gonna purposely break stuff so he could be there longer, fixing it. Cause you ain't doing it for me.
Keep it up, Margaret. What's up, Sergeant Take? How's it going? What?
Like animals. But then this one.
Yeah, it got wet. Jake says he'll do the blinds.
Can he handle it?
I don't know.
I'll take it.
No, you won't. I'll do the blinds.
But if he makes holes in my walls, I'm gonna kill him.
How her brother? Who her brother? What?
Who is my brother?
What's up, Aquatic Life? What's up? Just a little late. We're just doing some gardening.
Matt wants to know what's today's project.
Well, right now, planting some planters that I'm actually trying to grow in shade. See how they grow for next year. He couldn't even carry a 40-gallon breeder by himself. Yes, I could.
That's what that meant, 40B?
Yeah. 40
Jesus.
breeder. Babe, your shirt's too low cut. You can see everything.
Yeah, you're standing from a top.
Exactly. So what do you think the cameras are doing?
They don't see anything. All you see is my face.
Okay. Baby, you made a mess over here.
Clean it.
What am I, your maid?
What time is
What time is it?
it? 9:30.
Oh, there. Damn. Should have done this first before you, So we should have done this first before you watered everything.
Well, I wasn't planning to until I started watering them. It's easy. It makes the thing come out.
You know, it would be easier if it wasn't.
Whatever. Will the website get stocked up? A lot of it is sold out.
On Friday. Friday, I have all my my shipment coming back in.
What is that, lettuce?
Yep.
What is it? That's a mojito. Oh, is this what mojito drinks? Sound muted.
What?
That's what it says.
Can't hear?
She A1 dedicated homie?
Can everybody else hear? The sound's working. On my end, it looks like it's working. I don't know.
Fuck. Fell out my mouth.
Honey, stop it. Stop it. Hey. Don't look at me like that. Stop it. Sound is good. It's just you, warships.
Okay, you're not entertaining at all, Justin.
I'm sorry. No?
Yeah, no.
You're not entertaining. How about that?
Oh, it's not my show, baby. If it was my show,
It is. It's the Margaret and Justin show.
it would be featured in HBO. After Dark.
What?
I'm sure you answered this 100 times. How many hours a week would you say you spend on your tanks?
A lot, but not as much as I need to. Pretty much I come home, I mean, it's more, a lot of time is spent on the business itself, not necessarily the tanks.
With that kind of lipstick, it might be your show too. What? I'm confused.
They're saying you have nice lipstick.
Hey, your message is being checked by mods and has not been sent.
What message? My favorite potting mix. Hopefully this mint doesn't choke out everything else.
What the fuck? That's not nice. Come on.
Huh? 0 hours like everything else, he makes me do it. It's not my time.
You guys going on vacation yet? Vacation. I wish. That smells good.
The house is the vacation. Don't roll your eyes at me.
You are my vacation, baby.
Ew, you rolled your eyes.
They're my eyes. I roll them if I want to.
That doesn't make it any sweeter. That makes it nastier. Yes, I just got home. I have gone all day slaving away at work. God damn. I won't send my message. Where are the Twitch mods at? I don't know. Also, some nice plans. Keep up the good work. Thanks. Do you know if Coruscant mint can be aquatic, kind of like baby tears? I have no idea. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
How's the new house, Margaret? It's coming along. It's coming along good. Still got a lot of projects to do. and some blinds that need to go up with other things, but I wish I could find a handyman.
I thought you said you were dating your handyman.
I could date a handyman.
Hand mod Plix. It's Casey. Huh? I found with my tanks, once they are set up, I almost never have to do anything major, like little to no algae buildup. It's mostly water changes and general care. That's right. H2O, what is your favorite Crip? Crip Pink Flamingo? I can only imagine his message isn't the greatest if it's not going through. Oh. Alright, and that's it. They're all planted. Alright guys, I'm gonna be cutting off the stream. Wanna thank you guys for hanging out. The message that got deleted was probably how do I grow my Java Fern. You just kind of let it go. Java Fern will do what it wants. Margaret reminded me of the raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy, always winking with the wrong eye. Are you okay? Or are you just happy to see me? PG, Margaret. Advertiser friendly. Now I have to blur that.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, blur that.
Oh.
Oh my god, I offended somebody. Oh.
Alright guys, I'll see you, what's today? Wednesday? Damn, it's Wednesday already. I'll see you on Sunday. And like I said, if you have an order, place it before Saturday so that way it gets shipped out Sunday, because Monday through Friday next week I'm not shipping anything. So, I will see you guys later. Have a nice night. Nice week. You want to say bye?
Hi.
Power game, PG. Alright, later guys. Ah, stop. Stop it. Can't with her. Can you stop it so I can end it? Bye guys.